Hybrid versus gas. What's the real cost?
Tell me in the comment which car should Canino Cars review next. Tap subscribe to support making video. Hit the bell for your to notify.
All right, so today we're digging into a big one. Hybrid versus gas. What's the real cost? By the time we're done here, you'll know exactly how to do the math that most car dealerships are kind of hoping you'll just overlook.
You know the line. You've heard it in pretty much every showroom. It's this simple, really powerful promise that just makes the whole decision feel like a no-brainer. I mean, save money, help the planet, what's not to love, right?
Okay, but here's the thing. Is the story really that simple? Well, let's dive in, because once you actually look past that slick sales pitch, you'll find the real math, and it can quietly flip the entire script on you.
Okay, section 1. Let's start with the money you pay upfront right now, because that number you see on the window sticker, yeah, that's really just the beginning of the story. And this is the first big hurdle, what's called the hybrid premium. It's pretty straightforward. For the exact same model, you're often paying a good chunk more just to get the hybrid version. I mean, we're talking anywhere from an extra $1,500 for an SUV all the way up to $3,500 or even more for a truck. And that premium, it's not just a one-time hit. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. It means a bigger loan, which means you're paying more in interest. A lot of times, it even pushes you into higher trim levels with fancy features you might not have even wanted in the first place. And good luck negotiating on a super popular model. All of this has a real, lasting impact on your wallet that goes way beyond that initial number.
So, okay, you're paying more upfront. The whole point is you're going to save a ton on fuel to make up for it, right? Well, let's actually look at the numbers. And I mean the real numbers, not the ones you see in the shiny brochure.
You look at it on paper and wow, the difference looks massive. I mean, a 50 mile per gallon hybrid versus a 30 mile per gallon gas car, it seems like an absolute slam dunk. Case closed. But that single number on the sticker, it leaves out the most important part of the entire story. And here it is, the crucial point. How and where you drive matters way more than that sticker number. See, hybrids are superstars in stop-and-go city traffic. Every time you brake or slow down, this thing called regenerative braking kicks in and actually recharges the battery. It's awesome. But get that car out on the open highway, and suddenly the gas engine is doing almost all the work. And a giant MPG advantage, it shrinks a lot.
This chart right here really puts that whole driving divide into perspective. Let's say you paid a $3,000 premium. If you're a city driver, you can actually make that money back in fuel savings in about 4 years. You know, that's pretty reasonable. But if you're mostly a highway driver, that same break-even point stretches out to almost 6.5 years.
Just let that sink in for a second. 6.4 years. If you're a highway commuter, you could be driving that brand new car for over 6 years before you see a single dollar of actual savings. For all that time, you're not saving money, you're just paying back the extra cash you were charged at the dealership. So, what happens after you finally pass that break-even point? Let's talk about the long game, the long-term costs. And we're going to start with the big one, the question that I know keeps a lot of potential hybrid buyers up at night.
Yeah, the battery. For years, everyone was terrified of this massive $8,000 battery failure. But here's the reality in 2026. That fear is pretty much a myth. Modern batteries are incredibly reliable. They're almost always covered by a really long warranty. And even in the worst-case scenario where you have to replace one out of pocket, the cost is way, way lower than those old horror stories. But here's the real twist in the story. While all that hybrid tech was getting simpler and more reliable, modern gas engines have been going in the opposite direction. To meet all these new efficiency standards, they've become incredibly complex. We're talking high-heat turbochargers, direct fuel injection systems that need special cleaning, and these super complex CVT transmissions. All of these things are new and potentially very expensive points of failure. Oh, and there's another hidden benefit that really adds up over time. Remember that regenerative braking we talked about? Well, because the electric motor is doing a lot of the work to slow the car down, the actual physical brakes don't have to work nearly as hard. It's super common for hybrid owners to get 70,000 miles or even more out of a set of brake pads. That is a real, tangible maintenance saving over the life of the car. Okay. We've deconstructed the sticker price, we've looked at the real fuel savings, and we've dived into the long-term costs. So now, let's put all the pieces together and figure out which one is right for you. So let's make this simple. A hybrid is probably the right call for you if you do a lot of city and stop-and-go driving,
if you plan on keeping the car for the long haul, like 6 years or more, and if you really value that super quiet, smooth ride you get in traffic. If that sounds like you, the math is definitely on your side.
But a gas car might actually be the smarter move if most of your miles are clocked on the highway, if a lower upfront cost is your absolute top priority, or if you only plan to own the car for maybe 3 or 4 years. In that case, you might never even reach the break-even point to enjoy those fuel savings. And really, that brings us to the biggest takeaway from all of this. The mistake isn't choosing a hybrid, and it's not choosing gas. The biggest mistake is choosing one without actually understanding how you drive. This isn't about which technology is better, it's about matching the right tool to your real life. So the real question here isn't just hybrid or gas. The real question is, what does your math say? Before you even think about stepping into a dealership, take 5 minutes and run your own numbers. Be honest about how many miles you drive, and more importantly, where you drive them. Because now you have the tools to see right past the sales pitch and find the car that is actually, truly, the right financial choice for you.
If you love cars, please subscribe to support making informational and enjoyable video. Hit the bell to notify when new video upload. If you want to ask something, just leave a comment. I will reply as soon as possible. Hope you enjoy and thank you for watching.